If you prefer the English version of this video, I'm going to leave a link in the description section below. Please click on the first link to suit yourself. Hello, madafo, Mr. Mamu Akwa Baba Fufu TV. Wason for Kwame Chumisini. And Nadia, Mrs. Semu Kakra. Aha, Nadia main the business line. Mrs. Semu Kakra. So, pesa utu kwine eba Australia beye juma. And ya me catch or say, ne. A kwinu ebi. Australia employers are looking for skilled workers. COVID-19 and that and Australia they are struggling to find people to work for them. And to you be now if you are thinking of ABR migrating to Australia and now pese ubeye ejuma Australia, and yeah, this is your time. Me pese ubeshe video way from beginning to the end. Be share a lot of vital information into Mishrawa. Please do not skip any part of this video so you do not miss out on any vital information. So about Australia Australia there were 4 main pathways to come here. Bako a family, Bako a business, Bako a humanitarian, and a Bako a skilled. They cast a skilled or more profession be and more crass some sort of skills, Australia was skilled lister. Every year be update you here a certain amount for with a certain skill set. Say omombra embeye ejuma enfamboa Australia economy no entiene eno na mede bro. Disclaimer number 1, menye migration agent. Ma tnaha achekakra. Aha nti eba process now I know the process. 2, my well research. And 3, I used to be in partnership with an educational agent. Ana menyo mu yebo mu amunim ni kakra no mutumu se du baby ana me student visa to Australia hu ejuma enti eba enu nimde na mu nimde kakra but menye migration agents mema wenye clear. Disclaimer number 2, Australia buying SSA omumbra temtem super enti minim da uhwe video we eba ni say be a month and 2 months and 6 months and a year and 2 years from now ebia information ya medi bro in sasaya kakra ebetumi abim. But the man say I'll give you vital links into where they are misremo even though some minimum information way, but also try and do your own research to back it up. But I'll try my best and give you all the necessary information. I was saying the man main kasapino me babe share my screen na ma chiremo how you can come to Australia and come and work. See you on the other side. And to mention upino, mama yen get it straight into it. And to what are we going to discuss today? Ma break this down. So that will be to me a follow. And so we'll look at the problem. Then tia and the video way bro. You be looking at the process. You are near looking at the requirements out here. You are near looking at where to go and search for this sort of skilled jobs. Baby bit tobacco search now I apply, okay? You are near looking at migration agents. More to me and your processing by yourself, you be looking at how to find migration agents. You are near looking at the next step. So we should video what is your next step? Now, so what is the problem? I think the name of the video way bremo.
Good evening. An extra 35,000 migrants have been given the green light to enter Australia this year to help fill a crippling worker shortage. The announcement led day 2 of the Jobs Summit, the Albanese government placing focus on permanent rather than temporary migration.
We're first evidence, okay? Another one.
A warning tonight to book your Christmas parties as soon as possible. Restaurants and other venues say they might not be able to open because they simply won't have enough staff to take every booking.
Masumwa. Afe minfa another evidence in Bremo. We free are buying, what do you call it? Are buying websites. Okay, websites where I'm going to leave a link in the description section below. All the websites I'm in I'll leave a link in the description section below, so do not worry, cry. Okay, into your top one, we're minister.home homeaffairs.gov.au and now okay. And I yeba down hana or to the Minister of Home and Affairs on the WAFFNO. Yeba down hana what you say 2022 to 2023 migration program planning levels. The patch in say every year beyond Australia by no or more allow 160,000 immigrants to enter Australia, but ending of this year aircode next year no or might increase it from 160,000 to 195,000 effective immediately, which say omu here amount for pounds omu enter Australia. Out of this 195,000 was actually 142,400 places will be allocated to the skill stream omu here workers pan I cannot hammer this enough. Omuhia workers pine to you be a wise serious ban say upeso to kwana. This is a huge opportunity, so please grab it. Okay, into about skilled visas now. We have a lot. We have a lot. But now we be a deep dive into the visa number 482. Your friend TSS, temporary skills shortage, which I say your friend is in Australia for or my shortage, okay? And at this visa no visa 482 no and yet chinching to say other ones no. It's very easy to get into Australia as compared to other skilled visa streams no. Internet, we are going to do a deep dive into this one. Visa way no I'm going to be from 2 to 4 years, okay, based on the employer now or sponsor or sebra be a juma emano no. And what the bar a woman said what the bar is temporary, but a bit to me a lead to a permanent residence. I know a lot of people they came with visa 482 and or me a permanent a bikra ababe citizen, okay, and see a really good. Again, mami share another what do you call it website now you really into this visa. Into your bahana where then subclass 482, okay, temporary skills shortage visa. Or more 4 types, okay, above visa we now more short-term stream, or more medium-term stream, or more labor agreement stream, and a more subsequent entrance. We need basically say ABR or family member be on the neighbor, okay, but and then we'll base on the short-term stream and also the medium-term stream. Yeah, bahana all the conditions are here about cost any bibiana, but manimbo who normally most employers when it comes to the cost and things now they take care of it. But initially you have to pay Udru Australia now my refund the usika amount. That's how it works. And so most employers will sponsor you to actually come to Australia with your family. It's your short-term stream, your medium-term stream, okay? So I'll leave a link to this in the description section below. What details are. And to click here on the link now, a lot of what you call it of details as to the stay, the cost, processing times. It may take you 44 days for the whole process. What the visa will let you do, okay? You must all the information is here, and also the process, Sani call back so but medium stream as well. Again, if you go into details, all the necessary details. I'm not going to waste too much time here, okay? Because Mbabe, what do you call it? Mbabe explaining to details for you guys. So again, we'll be looking at a 482 visa. Okay, into about visa 482 now, it was 3 step process, okay? It was business approval and a nomination and a 482 visa application. Normally for you the applicant step number 3. Step number 1 and 2 is basically for the business where you basically business submit a lot of documents na abana prove it na abana success so employer omunya any skilled what do you call it worker Australia. Hence, that's why they are looking outside to look for skilled workers to actually come and work for them in Australia. That's basically it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but I'll spend a lot of time on the number 3 because that relates to you. Yantuaso. when it comes to you now, you as the applicant, what do you need to actually apply for the TSS visa 482? One, a English test. So free any of these countries are so only UK, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Islander. You are required to provide proof say so be to me as speaking English. Until you are required to sit for an IELTS exams. And now for visa 482 no we here overall score of 5.0. And now with all the components you have to make sure say ubenya 4.5 score in each of the components, each of the tests now here for your IELTS. I hope Cynthia here until you be you want to come here, but on your English test now, I recommend say you take that action now. Go and register for the IELTS exams and get it done ASAP, because one of the huge requirements. Two, I will say who prove say you have the necessary skill sets, if that makes sense, because I'm up as skilled immigrants. You cannot just go and apply say baha also to me a provided proof says so what skill set now okasa no. Another requirement they say I will say what minimum of 2 years experience in the occupation and the sort of skill set now who nominate set or de bahano. The sort of skill set in ABI as a nurse, as a midwife, as a social worker, as a friend saying as a trade person, carpenter, engineer, IT. When you also to me a proof set you have at least 2 years experience in the sort of skills and occupation now with the Australia habe jumano. And I was so to be provided all documentation in regards to ABI qualification qualification when you're from ABI poly and ABI uni and ABI course to be and so to me prove with more certificate and a transcript to back yourself up. Occupation and your skills, say license in BIA, you have to also provide that. So that's your responsibility. Okay, into the next step on a skills assessment about Australia, Hannah. You having a skill set, and experience is not enough. With visa 482, you may be required to prove say you the skill set now it's up to the Australian standard, if that makes sense. Which is said nurse and an engineer anyway in Australia for occupation bodies, assessment bodies they will assess you on your exams to make sure say so your skills is according to the Australian standard. Let me actually share my screen. I mean this bodies and tremor. Again with this link, and again I'll provide this link in the description section below, where assessing authorities into Bahana with all the sorts of skill sets in Australia for how more bodies you have to go through them to make sure say you are accredited or skill sets in Edimu as well as standard and standard which to me apply with an employer. Into your baby to say ABI engineers are more engineers Australia. Well, into your ABI engineer, you have to make sure say what call engineers Australia we are register no more as a sales skill set and so that will be to me apply of an employer. A baby to say ABI nursing and midwifery now. We so movie. And Australian nursing and midwifery. So your friend ANMAC, you have to go through them. And look at the two. I'm about could be a friend AFRA. You have to go through the AFRA and some about ANMAC. Be access so to make sure say skill sets in the demo and send way to me apply with an employer. But again, and all the occupation lists all the sort of skill sets now Australia for here now will be here set you go through like a skills assessment. I'll show you the occupation list later as we move on in this tutorial. Again, I'll leave this link in the description section below to into details kakra. Into about documents now and just a normal document like to say your passport will be here, any certifications, reference, payslip, bank statements, photo ID and etc. you need all this sort of documents, okay, to apply for your visa. And again, so when your employer not of our and send our memo visa no obey health screening Ghana to make sure so be a judge. And again, uba betana for 2 years and 4 years or make sure say again provide health insurance in Australia to make sure say obey health cover. No, your sponsor no they can pay for all this. So with you the applicant, this is basically the sort of things that you need to be able to apply for visa 482 so please do not skip any part. Or if you have any questions, please comment below, and again I'll be there to help you out. Now, one thing amazing about visa 482 is that there's no age limit. I think that this is the only skilled visa. It doesn't require any age limits. The other ones, if you are over 45, you'll not be able to apply. They prefer say you are 45 and below to be able to apply for a skilled working visa to Australia. But with visa 482, there is no age limit, which is amazing. Hence, that's why I'm recommending this sort of visa for you to apply and come and join us in Australia. Now let's look for job search and agencies. When you IELTS YL skills assessment now where do you find jobs to apply? We should say the my way now man cut job search straight away, because cut just like that, so I can apply for a job not employer sponsor. Your employer will look at say IELTS and now say occupation list, so here assessments or wire assessments when will give you a high chance to say will be foul. If you don't do all this and you skip say but about apply for jobs straight away now, sorry, it won't work out. To make sure say do not skip any parts of what I've already discussed with you guys. You'll be a friend skill occupation list for Australia for skills set to be a list to be a debut more upgrade every year, be more upgrade as to the demand of a certain profession and a certain skill sets they need in Australia. Maybe share link then we go through that. Until you be up so bahana, I recommend say you actually go there first, go through the list naturally said so would you before you even take any necessary steps, okay? Until you bahana. Again, this is the link. Again, imi.homeaffairs.gov.au. And sorry, this is the list. And one skilled occupation list. Skilled occupation list. And one a more priority list. So open so application a course show. They've got a priority list. Mefa and no entry first. Obahana, watch the priority migration skilled occupation list. Into your click was now. If you fall under any of this skills now, what do you call it? Your application intent, because they need this sort of what do you call it? Skill sets in Australia ASAP. Again, subclass 482 and all these are skilled what do you call it? Skilled visas that you can apply for, but the mu agogo pano subclass 482 and you cut down kakrana. These are the sort of occupations and skills Australia for here in terms of health professionals, school teachers, health and welfare support workers, childcare workers, medical scientists, counselors, psychologists, social workers, and medical technicians. Almost school principals, childcare worker, age and disability carer, nursing support worker, personal care assistants. Who this sort of skill set now? Who do application to ma? And now we need juma. How me found 10 times super because Australia for here this sort of skill sets in 10 times super. And who you be a employer no or tip a regional part of area. Also Australia no you Sydney, you Melbourne, Your Brisbane, this women is a big cities, but oko a bit to say this countryside now, they need more skilled workers over there. And again, so employer no offer this sort of countryside now on befa on temtem super. Again, I'll leave this link in the description section below. Nako check it. But let's go to the skilled occupation list. This skilled occupation list, save this link somewhere. You'll be up about this list should be your daily bread. Okay, always go there and search. And search. When you come here now, normally come here, skilled occupation list. Namabaha. Then I select the sort of visa. We are talking about visa 482 in our temporary school shortage visa subclass 482. I'll click on that one. To wait all the sort of skill sets now Australia for here that covers visa 482 into Yabahana, where the accommodation and hospitality managers. Again, visa 482 or more access and more vet access. So these people are not me or more access. So the list goes on and on and on. Advertising manager or here again. Visa 482 covers this or more access in IML. Make sure you go through them to get your skill sets assessed and sign apply for a job. Advertising specialist. So the list goes on and on and on and on. Okay. Mean to mean go through it out. But again, I'll leave the link for you so you can just go through and see say your skill sets and your occupation or then you can take the necessary steps and start applying. Again, I'll leave this link in the description section below. Okay, and to finally say you've got your IELTS. If your skill, your occupation needs to be assessed out, you've gone through the assessment, the proper channel to get you assessed. Now you have to go and look for an employer. Okay, into Hannah, also can apply for a job. Then an employer will sponsor you. We share the material Hannah where job search platforms and agencies. To all these ones, you can actually go there and start looking for an employer to sponsor you. The biggest one I want to is Seek. Okay, seek.com.au. If you are now about workforceaustralia.gov.au, these two are really powerful. Okay, about job search, so Juma or Australia. On these two websites, you find a lot. Okay, seek.com.au and our workforceaustralia.com.au. Let me just demonstrate for you guys. And see again, me back my second screen now. I'll go here and I'll call seek.com.au. Enter. It's where job search. Job Australia. Hana. This is number 1. Okay. Into will apply for what do you call it? An employer or share for Obia Okra or person or visa 482. Now normally this is what I do. I just type in 482. It wants 482 aba 482 visa aba. And maybe I can click on the 482 visa sponsorship. Oba classification hana we all the jobs they are not looking for people outside. Not amount only the categories they are looking for people outside, especially for visa 482. In technical out here accounting year 1. But community service and development and one employer is looking for someone. But education and training 24 employers are looking for someone. About healthcare and medical 160 employers are looking for someone. Again, information technology, information communication, ICT 11. Manufacturing, transport, mining 3. And trades and services. Okay. And TM say if we are interested in what do you call it in the healthcare and medical, now select that one. Okay, about suburb now, since we want to search Australia wide, no, I'll not put anything here, and I'll just go seek. Into where then registered nurse, into company we're friendly GEO, they are looking for a registered nurse, and I'll share her now. Watch 482 visa sponsorship and relocation support available up to 10k. Company way no. If you meet all the requirements, now what necessary skill set. If I say 2 years experience, or bachelor's of nursing and science and nursing. We'll go through AFRA and the rest now, and you're ready to apply now. This company, they are ready to sponsor you and relocate you to Australia, and they are ready to spend at least 10,000 Australian dollars for you to move from Ghana or whichever country you are to Australia. So you can click on this, go through the package. We say and also base salary, in case unya who apply normal for again 10,000 Australian dollars to help you get here, and our base salary will be from 93,492 Australian dollars to 113,568 Australian dollars, and obey to every year on pay when opening. So if everything goes, we read it through and everything goes well with you, and that's what I call apply. Into me applying again a bit more information about the role into bad down now. Once I said that application have been accepted from Friday 11th of November 2022 and will close on Sunday 11th December, 1 month. And that's what I call apply with Seek. Said you enter all your information here. We enter okay. No I call next. We are no I call apply with Seek. This is how you apply for the 482 employers, what do you call it, visa. And when your visa to apply for the job. So this is how you actually apply for the job. Into Omofawa, then you go through the visa, remember documents to submit for your visa and the rest. You're really easy and straightforward. So we can actually go back and also keep searching. Okay, so this is how you search. You come back second website, Workforce Australia. I'll list everything down for you guys. Again, we can come here too. Into Workforce Australia. Where like for the Australian government, so don't want into every job, mostly they display over here. And again, search, I can type in 482 into 482. 482 manufacturing count locations, so I'll not select anything. No more search it. 280,000 plus jobs. I'll just go search. So we diesel fuel injection mechanic 482 visa available, which I say on bit sponsor. Again, the same thing with her. 482 visas applicants welcome. Where a company filter machinist, mining engineer, project manager, 482 service technician, 482 service technician, the Google software developer, where a Perth. So you can actually go through the jobs a bit suit you to your skill set. Just apply. Okay, just apply. I'll not waste a lot of time here. Again, all these websites, they have vital information. Into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, when we now job search platform. And Australian Nursing Agency Network, Southern Cross Personnel, Connecting, and Opal Healthcare, they are all agencies. So you can actually go and email them when you are ready to search for a job for Australia. Any questions, comment below and I'll be there to help you out. So this is how you actually search for a job and apply. Okay, and Unya, the sponsor, the employer will sponsor you to come to Australia. Now, migration agents. You can do this process by yourself without any help from a migration agent. But yeah, normally, I also recommend you actually get an agent to help you because they know all the ins and outs. And if you apply by yourself and everything is on point now, you can still get the visa. Okay, but if you go through an agent to your success rating will be much higher because they'll look through your application to make sure you haven't made any mistake. And they'll help you apply. In Australia, you'll be a friend of Mara near Migration Agents Registration Authority. Every registered agent, or your proper, or ma register with Mara. Until you find every legit agent, on the Mara, what they call it, platform. So be chain baby, not as a Australian migration agent, ABR, when in process, keke, on your registered Obaha, now searching the details now when you have that means on one up ponajum guys or your agents. So you need to be careful that would be amfa usika ankoyenanka or sika ankoyenanka or sebibisa. Okay, so if you want a proper agent to help you out now, make sure you come to the mara.gov.au where Australian what do you call it, agents way or body. In case the agents be correct, but you can actually report them here. Without talking too much, let me also demonstrate this for you guys. Into mara.gov.au. Into again, we in a year open proper agent, we in a year Australia for agents way. So if you want to search for an agent, I can come here and search. So agents be a child boy can come here and lodge a complaint, okay? But they need to be a registered agent on this platform. So let's go ahead and search for an agent to help us. We find say here will be to help us. Okay, the agents, most of them are in Australia. Some are also in overseas. And you find some people agents in Ghana. Or back down Ahana. Or type in Ghana. I don't think there's any agents or what Ghana register. You see, no, there are no records to display. That means no agents in Ghana or Beijing or Ghana, what do you call it, are applying what do you call it with the Australian government or more to because they'll give you visa to Australia. They are doing their own thing. They are not like properly registered. I'm not saying it. I know it. Yeah, so you can apply yourself or you can come here. But you find say ABR India. I know there will be a lot of agents from India. A cost searcher. You see? Yeah, so some will be based in Australia, some will be based in what do you call it? In India. We say country India, we Australia, we're Indian, but Australia. If you're in Ghana and you want an agent, easy. ABI, if you want to go to Brisbane, Melbourne, and Sydney, you can just type in ABI Sydney. And go search. So this will give you all the agents that are based in Sydney. Just select one and email them. And then find the first one here. Where you say agent, Yuang Aaron. And so you click on details, and the email the number. You just have to add the plus to this one. But I prefer you email them. On my address, email them, tell them, oh, you're looking for opportunities for visa subclass 482. So they will help you with the process. They also advise you. Some will not even charge you anything, and they will help you out. So come here, search for an agent to suit yourself. Okay, so I've given you all the vital information as to how to apply for visa 482 and process it, and yet then, but you have to make sure so you have some things done first, and so now you start with the application. Now, what is next? Watch your video. What do you do if you want to migrate to Australia? You want to take this opportunity of say a shortage skilled workers now, but meanwhile, what will I do? First thing I'll get my IELTS done. It's really important. You cannot straight away go and apply without your IELTS. Okay, and get it done. After occupation officer, she just said you need to do a skills assessment. If you need to do it, again, I'm going to leave the link in the description section below for the skills assessments. Click on the necessary skills assessor and go through their process. Okay, it's really, really important, and get your skills endorsed as to Australian standard, and so now apply for a job. If you have your IELTS and your skills assessment done now, your chances of getting an employer to call you back are really, really high. You see, a collaborator car dachia or who car tire no busanebo. It's really important. Be smart. Mention so you are just going to apply for the job and you get it. You will not get it. And see, make sure you got your IELTS done. Say skill assessment, is in regards to your way now. Yeah, make sure so you get it done. When you again, save some money. initially, no, your IELTS on one will be to your skills assessment on one will be to to make sure so you have some money saved up. But I mean, can we most employers, they will sponsor you to come to Australia, but scammers are also back in the days, they don't mind, say they'll send you the money to do all the process here. But these days they don't do that. Or make us for one casa ABR, your IELTS, your visa skills assessments, your visa application fee, your air tickets anyway, even though say the sponsor your employer no catch also sponsor out. But catch also one casa for and keep the receipts. Udru Australia Hona now the receipts nature that Omar refund will see come out. Why are they doing this? Because a lot of scammers are also scammer be bit market not gonna be. I can say on also apply for way as sending fake documents. Almost fano, almost sending 10,000 mana. Pipium ma block employer no. This is happening into employers or many at it. And to make sure you have money saved, it's really important to start this process. Yeah, the name the credit that what they SM catch them. Documentations, make sure so your certificates, your pay slip, your bank statements, your passport is intact before you even start the process. When you just search and apply for a job, and trust me, if your everything is jejana, an employer will contact you. And also we say Ghana and Kwana or more funny all over the world. So you have to be smart. So you can get on top or ahead, because I know most people will just go and apply for the job. To your smart kakrana, your chances of getting here is going to be much higher. Again, you do say apply for visa now. You do your health screening, you get all your insurance done, and you come to Australia. Any questions? Comment below. When we will be doing now we say a skilled worker now any skills to be an anything. Nurse and engineer and IT and anything. Mama worry, bringing you another content, okay? For the unskilled workers too, you can also come to Australia and come and work, and I'm bringing you that content. If you find this useful, please show some love. Click on that subscribe button. Click on that notification bell so you do not miss out when Kwame Chumisi releases another video. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye. Subscribe.